On Monday of the second week of the fast, an instruction of St. John Chrysostom concerning the rich and the unmerciful. I do not speak against the rich who live well and are generous in giving, but I rebuke the evil ones who, possessing wealth, live in miserliness. For concerning such men the prophet David says, "He gathers and does not know for whom he gathers." For many rich men end their life badly, being robbed either by princes or by thieves. Therefore, O rich ones, be merciful, that you may receive the heavenly kingdom. For just as wine is prepared for two purposes, for the wise it is unto gladness, but for the foolish unto destruction and sin, so also wealth is given. To the merciful it is given for salvation, but to the miserly for sins and for the destruction of the soul, and for more grievous torment. Good wealth, gathered by one's own strength from one's own righteous labors, is not rejected, but evil wealth, gathered by unrighteousness, is accursed. The holy books call the lover of silver and the unmerciful man an idolater. For the miser is not master of his possessions, but his possessions rule over him, which he constantly guards. He will die, and his wealth will remain for others. It is easier for the miser to cut off his own flesh than to give anything from his possessions for God's sake, to churches or to the poor. Property is good and very beneficial in the right hand of a merciful person, but it is evil and accursed with the miser in whom there is no portion for God. St. Maximus the Confessor says concerning this, "As a storm sinks a ship, so evil wealth destroys the soul. The glory of this world is the ruin of the foolish soul. The one insatiable for possessions is like a drunkard who loves to become greatly intoxicated. The extortioner loves to gather much. As the drunkard serves drink, so the insatiable man serves possessions, gathering through unrighteousness. A bribe blinds the eyes of the extortioner, and drunkenness darkens the drunkard. The former has become deaf through miserliness and does not hear the cry of the poor. The latter has been made deaf by drunkenness and does not hear the divine words that are read. Both are slaves to the devil and not to God, the one to extortion, the other to gluttony. The drunkard and the extortioner are brothers. Therefore let not the extortioner rebuke the drunkard, nor the drunkard the extortioner. The Apostle Paul says, "The extortioner and the drunkard will not inherit the heavenly kingdom. Both do the will of the devil." O extortioner! Have you lit your candle in the church? The one whom you have wronged, an orphan or a widow, will come and will sigh to God against you and will pour out tears and will extinguish your candle. O extortioner hypocrite! It would be better for you not to rob and not to wrong than to illumine the house of God with unrighteous collections. Better show mercy to those whom you have wronged. For this is cruelty, not mercy, to wrong orphans and yet show mercy to others, to enslave some and provide for others. Even if you sometimes give alms, yet your servants, tending your flocks, have trampled the fields of orphans. Others who labor are unjustly tormented, naked, barefoot, hungry, wounded without cause. Others are tormented by the increase of your interest, and all these cry out to God against you, weeping. Others are robbed and deprived of their villages. Vain is your almsgiving, O wretched one, accursed robber, unjust judge. It is better to cease from your unrighteousness and robberies, and to make your household without grief, than foolishly to seek to appease God with unrighteous collections. For that is true almsgiving which always does righteousness, and gives to the needy from one's own righteous labors. For St. Basil says, "If you lift up your eyes anywhere, O rich man, you will clearly see evils. Here orphans weep against you, elsewhere the poor cry out to God against you, whom you have wronged and never shown mercy. Here servants walk naked and wounded. There I see others tormented by the increase of your interest and casting themselves into the water. O foolish man, all these will rise up against you on the day of the departure of your soul. To our God be glory now and ever and unto the ages of ages. Amen.